Right, hello and welcome back to the Every Other Saturday podcast for a new episode. It's going to be total away for Scottish football, for Rangers. It's going to be focused on the English Premier League, and it's going to be focused on our predictions and what we think is going to happen for the upcoming season. So for 2081, we're going to go through every single team and basically
give our predictions
on what's going to happen. So
see what we think is going to happen.
So let's jump right into it. At number 20 I've got Burnley.
I don't know why you've got Burnley down there, mate, but alright.
That's a weird one.
I've got Burnley because I just think they've overstayed their welcome in the Premier League. I just think this is finally their time to go down. No signings have come in. It's just the season for me. Like, there's just going to be a random pick down there, and for me it's Burnley.
Fair play, mate, fair play. I've went for West Brom, as I've said. Just think they're Championship level. I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know about West Brom, but I'm going for them to get relegated. I just don't think that they've got what it takes to stay up. I think
a decent few players, and
they've got a decent few players, mate. But I just think it's one of the cases where you get the Championship teams that come up. Usually one or two of them stay up. Sometimes two go down, one stays up. You know what I mean? I don't know. I just think West Brom are going down.
Fair enough. And then for your rock bottom in the league, guys, Zach's back as well.
Jack forgot to hit.
I've got Fulham. Bottom of the league, similar to Denton's West Brom kinda. I don't think any of the teams really coming up, apart from Leeds, maybe because of the stature of the club, size of the club, and manager and stuff. I think both teams coming up, but Fulham and West Brom are not done enough for promoted teams to really kinda justify and cement themselves a spot.
A few decent signings.
Signings here or there, but Championship kinda
it takes
standard. Lemina's a decent signing, but I don't know if that's enough to keep a team up full of, again, Fulham, now a yo-yo club. Dropped points to teams that, again, Denton will know more than me, Championship teams.
Championship level team.
They should be, if they're wanting to stay as a Premiership outfit, maybe be winning the kind of games. Obviously they get up and end up, but
they'll be in and about there. I've got them at 19th anyway, for the same sort of reasons. They've made a good few signings, but on the whole, I don't think they're good enough, and they're just going to be straight up and straight back down, in my opinion.
I've got West Ham 19th. It's this big club, you know what I mean, big fan base. I just think the issues off the park are more distracting than the good, decent players they've got, you know what I mean, who should be able to put a shift in. I don't know, I just think they're going down, mate. I think it's their time. I'm sick of seeing them sort of almost go down, and then, you know what I mean, there's a couple of clubs, I know you've put Burnley in there, I can't stand Burnley, but I just think Burnley,
solid outfit.
They're a solid outfit, and they'll stay up. But West Ham for me I think it's their time to go down and hopefully rebuild themselves and deal with the issues off the park.
That's fair enough.
I've got the Villa.
Aston Villa.
Villa.
And what's your reason behind that one?
Reasoning is obviously the main factor in everybody's kind of laps with Villa is Grealish, innit? It's too big a...
He's a big important player.
Too big a player for Villa to not keep a hold of. If they can't, obviously they're linked and close to bringing in Ollie Watkins. I know they were interested in Wilson, but in my opinion, for an extra 5-6 million, Watkins is a better bit of business.
He's worth it.
He's not maybe Premiership proven yet, but I think he is one of the gems that will prove himself to be like another Defoe or something, maybe come in years to come. He'll just I don't think he'll ever reach the top level, but I think he'll be
a Premier League
quality striker anyway.
I think that could be a decent bit of business.
So
that's fair enough.
Man.
I've got West Ham in the last relegation spot at 18, because just for the same sort of reasons as Lewis gave there, that just a lot of unrest coming for that club. Fans aren't happy, and they've made no signings. It's just looking sour in about West Ham now, and I just see that continuing in a bad way throughout the team. We want away players like Felipe Anderson as well. I just don't really see them having that fight to stay up this season. I think West Ham could go down. It'd be a sore team to lose because it's a big team, but I just think that
it's
could
the right time, but
yeah,
I think so, mate. It's the right time, man. It's the right time.
Who have you got at 18?
I've just got Aston Villa, mate. Again, I just think they're signing Championship. I know we keep going on about Championship, you know what I mean, players coming up to the Premiership, but I do think
Need to be proven.
Exactly, man.
It's a gamble.
It's a gamble, you know what I mean? I would rather go for players that are, I don't know, I know people would say, you know what I mean, players like Fabian Delphos, I don't know, I just think they kind of players are, they've got experience in the league, he's won league titles, you know what I mean? They're the kind of players I think a team like West Broms or something could do, just that experience level in there, just to balance it out. But no, I just think Villa, I think they're just going to go down, man. I think they shouldn't really have survived if you hang with VR, with the go away, Sheffield United. But no, I just think Villa are going down. It'd be nice to see John Terry break away from him and all and start his own management career.
Nah, but
Potentially if Dean Smith gets sacked.
He gets sacked, no, true, man.
I've got West Brom in 18th, again, similar reasons. Good squad though, I think they've got good players. Pereira, Shemi, Ajayi and...
Done do signing Diang in there as well.
Diangana, or he's called for West Ham. I just don't think they've got a squad strong enough to stay up in comparison to other teams. But
And it's another one of the yo-yo kind of clubs, isn't it? Same as Fulham.
Exactly.
They're a good team, good promising players. Is it Premiership proven players? We don't know.
Exactly, and that's
When it comes down to it, especially with they've made signings on players they had last season. Really, that's the only really signings they've made. But Charlie Austin is not going to. He's not going to be a reliable source for a team that's more than likely going to be fighting relegation.
exactly. It's a team that need goals, and West Brom, like for years, like past in the Premier League, they've always struggled for goals. So that could be one I could see. For just escaping the drop, I've got Aston Villa. My reason behind that is just I think they'll escape the drop again like they did last season. It could be tight again. They also could just go down, but I think with the signing of Matty Cash, as you will keep saying, it's like a championship level signing, but I think he's a good enough player to take that step up to the Premier League maybe and play for a decent sort of season for Aston Villa. But I still think they really need more in, and then if they're signing Watkins, I think that's a good business.
It's a goal machine, mate, that's what it is.
That's where it could keep them up, and I think they will stay
It's
up.
not an Alfie Adams. That's the main thing.
I think they'll get the ball rolling this season. I really do. I think even though they're only finishing,
Keaton coming back. There is signs.
it's promising.
It's the main thing is keeping Grealish, but it's
He's going to be the
vital.
difference, isn't he?
Vital.
Like keeping these players in Watkins maybe coming in and that. It's just the difference between an 18th place finish and a 17th, in my opinion. So
It's just about having a good forward, mate, as we're saying here.
just escaping the drop. Then who have you got?
Yeah, I've got Fulham, mate. I don't know, I just think
I think Fulham will stay up. I think.
I don't know, I think Fulham I think they're a decent sort of, I think it's the same with all these teams really. I don't think you can say
5 or 6 for the bottom. It's
it's you know what I mean, it is. They've also got Mitrovic, haven't they, which is
He was a good, decent striker.
he was fantastic for them last season. The left back, the boy they've got the left back as well. He's a good player. He probably will end up getting picked up by a bigger team maybe, but I don't know why Leicester aren't looking at him really. You know what I mean? I know they've lost Ben Chilwell.
But
Is this the guy who scored in the final?
Aye.
Joe Bryan.
Joe Bryan, he is a decent defender, but no, I just think Fulham will be, as I say, we're talking about bottom sort of tier teams. I think it's just a goal, you know what I mean, a goal striker. Really, it's the one that will keep them up.
Well, Fulham will definitely be down there and all, and then Zach escaping the drop.
Controversial one. I've got Leeds. I just think
And now we've got to have a discussion about that. Why?
they're big. They belong in the Premiership, 100%. Aye. Good manager, massive club, hated club, but
Definitely.
there's a
Yeah,
reason
maybe.
because they were so big in the early 2000s.
Mhm.
Boasting the players, your Cantons and all that, Ferdinands.
Don't forget
But
Strong.
But Bielsa is only as good if he can maybe work with stuff, and I think signing 30 million putting 30 million on players like Rodrigo, who has got a absolute shite return in his last couple of seasons in Valencia, and I think the Premier League is going to be a harder fucking challenge for him than La Liga will be, especially when he's at one of Spain's top teams. Take out their kind of financial woes now.
Exactly.
He's at one of Spain's top teams and he's not getting the greatest return.
And then he's coming straight into a team that, as you say, are going to be fighting relegation.
Reason being, I don't have them lower as Bielsa. I could honestly, in my opinion, I could see the same 3 teams going back down.
Really?
Aye, I just
Fair
think
game, mate. No.
Leeds can get maybe not Leeds in general. I think they've proved it in maybe not that season there because they finally done it, but season before that they bottled it. Got to Christmas, they bottled it. What's it going to be like when there's even more pressure to fucking stay up?
I'm just going to stop you there, mate. That was Kiko Casillas' fault for why we thing we did. That man is like, I'll get into Kiko, but no, he is.
No, it's just they've got a good manager, but that's the one thing, and they've got players like Phillips. I don't know too much about. I know he's
Yorkshire Pirlo.
I've heard good things about him.
No, he's a baller, mate. Fair play.
Bamford, but again, that's not a source of. He's a proven failure in the Premier League.
I personally think Bielsa's going to get the best out of all these players here.
Bielsa is a Jurgen Klopp style manager. He's been doing it longer than Jurgen Klopp.
Aye.
He's a good manager, and that's the reason I've got them staying up. But they need to maybe make another. I don't know much about the other boy you're saying, that Cock, whatever he's called. I don't know much about him, and then somebody else is sick.
It's like a sort of proper
centre back. Is there a replacement? Was it for
Ben White.
Ben White,
aye, they've signed
He's just a pure hard nut German centre back, isn't he? So
you look at what's the boy at Simon Norwich a couple of years back? The big German guy.
Aye, I know the name.
I know it isn't as much of a fee, but it's just you never know. I think they'll stay up though, just down to Bielsa.
That's fair enough.
16th, checking it.
Aye, so we're going to 16th place now. I've got Crystal Palace, and then for Crystal Palace, I just don't think they've brung in enough, but they've got enough already there to stay up. But Zaha's another one that he's wanting away, and I believe his time's up at Crystal Palace now.
Batshuayi, isn't
Really?
It's a loan, I read somewhere.
It's a loan.
Either Chelsea or
He signed a new
getting
contract
so that he doesn't leave on a free.
Well, that could be no bad, aye. If they could get him in, because Benteke and that up front, it's just not going to be that good enough. And then with the signing of Easy, it is a good signing, but it's another championship sort of level signing. I think he has got it all to become a great player for them, but we'll need to wait and see in that one. That's all stuff as the season plays out.
I've got Brighton, mate.
I'm the same. I'll be Brighton.
It's
2 for Brighton then.
Just you know what I mean, good manager, good, you know what I mean, good, decent, solid players. I just feel like they're one of the teams that are just going to be down there. I don't really see Brighton pushing into the sort of top 10 half or anywhere there, but I think they'll just be one of those teams that will survive. As I say, good players. Ben White, obviously, he's staying there. I hope he proves himself. You know what I mean, to be a real one for the top teams to look out for and scout. I know apparently some of them were, but I just think Brighton will be down there, mate. I don't see them doing anything special, really.
No. And your reasoning for Brighton?
Good enough manager. Similar to Bielsa. He's nowhere near the calibre of Bielsa. He's obviously younger. Graham Potter plays nice football for Brighton. That's what I'm saying. They came in and didn't know much. Signings wise, Veltman, did you say they brought in?
Veltman on a free.
Who's Lallana? I'm no. It's on a free, so it's just the wages they're maybe commanding. Somebody that can stay fit, he's a good player, 100% for a team like Brighton. But Mopey as well, good player. They play good football.
Aye, exactly.
For a low team, but if they got the players to play the football that Potter wants, they do to stay up.
To a certain extent,
they're going to be in and about the kind of relegation scrap though.
At 15th, I've got West Brom. As you say, you thought they'd go down, but I thought they've made a few good signings. Pereira obviously impressing last season, then coming on to permanently play in the Premiership. I think is an exciting player. Diang, also coming in for West Ham. That's 20 million in 2 players like West Brom have signed there, so a decent bit of spending, and they looked good in the Championship last season. One of the top teams in there again, but it's just a whole different ball game coming up to the Premier League. I think they'll stay safe, but as we've said, fail at 15th to 20th place, it's just going to be such a tight relegation scrapping within the sort of level of teams. I think anybody could go down, the teams we've already mentioned.
Definitely, mate. I went for Palace, as I say, just one of the teams.
Didn't get the same 16, 15.
I don't know, mate. They're just one of the teams. They'll just stay up, mate. I've got nothing special to say on Crystal Palace.
But we said that earlier.
It's the Zaha.
It's just the
Zaha situation could hold them back.
He's a good player. If he looks a good player, it's all about that step up.
Massive
step up.
I know it is a gamble.
Bottle, do you know what I mean?
It's a current theme that we're talking about here with Championship players. It's tight. Are they going to
for the lower half of the table, that is for signings wise, that is your main kind of talking point.
So
14th.
into 14th now, I have got Newcastle. Newcastle, similar to West Ham, realistically should be like a big, massive club, should be up there, but they never have been. And they've
What was
made.
the last trophy Newcastle won? What was the last trophy Newcastle won?
Couldn't tell you.
5th place. That was fucking
It might even be the Championship.
I think Bardius, that would have been his contract just coming to an end. That 8-year
Aye.
contract.
So they've made a few signings now. Jeff Hendrick, Callum Wilson, Ryan Fraser and Jamal Lewis coming in. Decent fees being paid for them.
Most of them are on.
And
Not two of them.
Hendrick and Fraser are 2 free deals. I think they have got a decent team, man. That'll only improve them.
He's a good manager. He is a good manager. He's a Premiership quality manager. Maybe not the nicest or fanciest.
He's one of them and all. He's similar to Dyson.
I think the positions we're talking about, you know what I mean, right now, that's sort of Steve Bruce's sort of expertise as a manager for me personally.
Aye, definitely. I think even keeping Alan St Maximin and all, it's a big player to keep a hold of in that, and as I rate him.
He's a quality player. I think he's maybe got a season left before that's when your big teams come in looking at him.
Aye,
Really technical, good.
He's somebody they really need to
I
keep
think
hold of.
He's a bit ahead of his teammates. Like some of his teammates don't kind of catch on to the balls he's making or runs he's making.
Nah, he's a really intelligent player. It's somebody Newcastle are lucky to have, I think. And then for 14th,
Yeah, I'm the same as you, mate.
Newcastle. Yourself, West Ham, and then
Controversial one to use. Maybe.
aye, because we've got them down low.
The argument he's made with the kind of struggles within the club's hierarchy, if you want to say. But just with the players they've got, it's again 14th place is not a good. West Ham realistically should be in and about the top 10.
Aye,
agree, mate.
With that team they've got, aye.
Moyes, although he's not the fanciest manager, in my opinion, I know you said with the Sunderland thing, but my argument to that would be that Sunderland team is in the worst state. And
True, like nobody
the
could have
last
saved
10
that.
games in the last maybe 5-6 years, they would mean the worst state.
Aye.
But he's a good enough manager to keep them up. 14th place, sorry, is still not. It's maybe better than what West Ham fans would be wanting. Jared Bowen is a good player. Another one, I think, maybe a couple of years ago, maybe we snapped up. Maybe be a higher fee than it should be because he's English. Providing they can keep Felipe Anderson, who's been linked away. And just players like that, they need to kind of keep a holiday. Get a good wee result at the end of the season. Suchek as well, he's the other one. Good result against Chelsea near the end of the season, which proves they can grind out results.
Aye,
It's just a bit kind of keeping the
like
mentality and the morale at the club.
It feels like it's just belief with West Ham, you know what I mean? It just feels like they just seem like...
because they had that belief at Upton Park and that, so...
And that last season, they just underachieved. Like, that's still it. They should be a top 10 team.
Definitely, mate, definitely.
They've spent money as well, do you know what I mean?
Aye. It's an interesting one, West Ham. I think it's just going to be the demise of them this season, but as you say, there's a talking point for everyone. So at 13th place I've got Southampton. Southampton sort of in that same sort of bracket as your Newcastles, Brightons and that. With the signings here like Walker Peters and Salisu, Valladolid and that. A couple of smart moves, and then obviously Danny Ings and Ward-Prowse still in about that team. Could see them just having another good season. Danny Ings was amazing last season, so
he's one boy. If I was hitting a free kick, I literally during when the lockdown started, not the lockdown, the restart for the football started, I'd been working. Obviously the Prem games were every day. So the one day I was off, what was the game? Southampton away to Watford. What a fucking exciting game. It was fired at own anyway, and Ward-Prowse stepped for the free kick, and I says, he's going to score this. He is a dead ball specialist, that cunt, by the way. I don't know if I know too much about him. Southampton were playing well that game.
He's back in England set up now, isn't he?
Aye.
So
realistically, he should be starting for England. Let's not get into that, but...
Aye, so they've had a few losses, Lamina, Reid and Højbjerg and all, but I see them even with the 3 losses still having an alright season.
Højbjerg's our captain, mate.
He was, aye. So
I've gone for Burnley, mate. I don't know why you've got them bottom of the league. I really don't. That's one that's muddled my brain. Because Burnley are just...
Shithouse team.
Exactly, mate. As you keep saying, man, they're not going anywhere. Burnley are... It's a bit like Leonardo DiCaprio and Wolf of Wall Street. they ain't fucking leaving.
Aye.
They're fucking staying, mate.
Fair enough. Aye.
You know what I mean? That's sort of a Brexit team, innit? Really, they just sign.
Aye. They just
You know
signed
what I mean?
fucking
Your UK
Brexit
kind of,
players.
I don't
Aye.
know, man. I don't really give a fuck about Burnley. They still Leeds players when we were in the Championship. You know what I mean? Burnley, mate. I went for Burnley there. Good team, but
Yourself,
I've got Newcastle at 13.
Newcastle.
Good signings they made for a change. For anything you look at Newcastle, it looks as if in a summer transfer window, it looks as if they've never signed them. They signed
Aye.
one player in a window. That's obviously down to the
ownership.
ownership of that fucking fat cunt.
Aye.
But no, I think good bits of business. As much as I think Villa and Newcastle have got a bit of a fucking kind of hatred about each other. I know. I think Watkins is a better bit of business than Wilson. I just think
I
the
agree
injury
100%,
prone, and for what 20 million was it roughly?
Aye, 20 million.
20 million, nine goals or something in 35 games last season.
5
I
year
suppose
contract and all.
was it? He's
5 year contract.
it's
Mate. It's not worth that, man.
34. He's going to be,
Exactly.
but he's 29. But he's good enough player. He can score in the Premiership, but injury prone. Fraser's a good bit of business, providing they can stop
Aye.
Upgrade on
not split the
Matic,
dummy.
innit?
Aye, no, he's been fucking moved to left back and all that, but was
Aye.
We've got players like Almiron.
Aye, you've yet to see the best of him, I think.
Aye,
that.
all the players. I don't know what the fuck will David Joelinton. Spoke to him. I was a Newcastle fan. He says he actually thinks he's not a striker. I just think, see, for the fee they paid for him, he just needs to go back to Germany or South America. Or somewhere.
He'll be one of them, aye.
He's got to be the worst signing last season for a club at Newcastle
So I
that
know.
rarely spend 40 million.
Their keeper's solid as well. by the
Dubravka
way.
is a good guy.
Oh,
He's
keeper,
up
I'd
there
take
with
him
the
at Rangers, by the way.
reflexes, aye.
Aye.
I don't think we could come
No,
on
I
the
know, but
benches
if we
with him.
could, mate, I'd take it.
But I know Newcastle. I think Steve Bruce as well. Decent enough manager. In this
Fair enough,
yeah.
manager.
Fair enough. So going on to number 12, I've got Brighton. I think they've made some smart business signing Veltman, Lallana. An
Adam
improved.
on a small business.
I think so. Aye.
On a free,
A free
maybe,
signing. Aye. I wouldn't have paid money for him, but on a free signing, I think that's a decent bit of business. Aye. And then Ben White on a new deal and all also strengthens our team, and I like the way
I agree with that.
I like Potter's style of playing that. So I think they might struggle for goals, but in the end,
I
I
don't
think
think they'll struggle for goals.
I see them having an alright season.
Oh, definitely.
They've got plenty there. I can't see them in a relegation scrap, to be honest. I think they're just sort of above that. But
Fair play.
Who have you got at 12?
I went for Sheffield United, mate.
Sheffield,
Aye.
I think it's just a one season wonder kind of
No,
thing.
it is,
Been
yeah,
up there.
again, as we keep talking about, just keep signing championship players. It's like a career mode. Like they just keep raiding the championship, making this
Aye.
good enough to stay in the Premiership. Obviously, they're a decent team. You know what I mean? Chris Wilder's a decent manager, as I say. What's it? Ollie Burke in it? That's their top man in it.
Yeah.
Mike Burnley
No,
in
Mike
it.
Burnley.
Aye. Sorry, I know, but they've signed that Ollie Hingme. I don't think he's good enough, mate. To be honest with you, I don't
No.
really rate him. To be honest
Who's
with you. Ginger boy that we're talking about here.
But the Scotland striker?
Aye, Scotland.
But McBurney?
Aye, I don't rate him.
No.
No, I don't rate him, mate. I don't care if he's a Rangers fan or not.
The white version is Sadiq, isn't he?
Aye. No, Sheffield, I just think the over is.
Get Sheffield United.
Overachieved, do you
It's
feel
over-
the same?
man.
They overachieved last. It was good to see them come up in a club who maybe my early kind of years of being born. When your FIFA 5s and all that, they were always a kind of mainstay in your Premiership. They were
Yeah, I
a
know.
Premiership
And then just straight back up last
They
season.
went down to League One when they were down as well. But no, they've got a good set of players like here, John Flex, and just players that kind of know. They're not a European team. They're not.
Solid
They shouldn't be
players.
about there, but they're a mid-table team. I don't think they'll be fighting relegation, but
No.
they definitely overachieved last season. But they've got a good manager. Cut of signings also. Is it also?
No.
Ramsdale.
Ramsdale's the one.
Ramsdale,
And
both boys for Derby.
aye, the fullbacks. Aye, good. It's just a good setup under that a manager like that you would want to play for. He's ruthless. He'll come out and tell you if you're fucking playing shite. You know what I mean?
You know, he's a real manager.
But that's what you need. You need a manager to do that, man.
Aye.
For me personally.
Exactly, because I think he does a good job, Bill.
I think they overachieved last year, but I think 12th place is still it's a good season. For
I just think people are going to figure out the way they play. You know what I mean? I think it's.
They're in our team with Lias Musi and all them. The players that haven't really prevailed at other clubs.
Exactly.
I know.
They're looking like kind of enjoying their football, and they're just playing maybe more expansive, happy playing under that kind of manager. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I think 12th place is still a good finish for Sheffield United when you look at where they've been the last 5-6 year.
Nah,
So,
definitely, I agree with that. So then on to your 11th place, I have got your team, Lewis, Lloyds. I've got the new boys of the division.
Lloyds.
I'm growing fried here as we keep going on with this, but aye, good business so far, I think. Rodrigo, as Zach said, I know that he's got a bad return.
He's
But-
20, he's back at 30 now, isn't it? 29.
It's a signing you would like to see have success at Leeds, but will that happen? I don't know. And I think with Bielsa, just getting the best out of each player, I think he's going to take these players up a level again. And I see them having a pretty good season, just similar to Sheffield United last season, being right up there. Sort of thing
that's
for
a good
top 10.
finish for them. If they can get that, they can crack near enough top 10. I think that's a
Aye,
Mr.
they
Hamlin.
will be pushing for it. So
If somebody told me that Leeds would get that position in the table, I'd bite your hand off for it, because for me, I just want to stay in the league. That's what the owner said last season when we got promotion. Sort of copy that Sheffield United sort of approach where we just keep adding to the team. We just keep adding and adding. I think obviously the signings were made. I know you lads are going on about the striker. I think he's an upgrade compared to Patrick Bamford, to be honest.
Bamford's, he's again a proven.
Bamford's got a special place in my heart, to be honest with
He's a
you.
championship striker.
I'll
That's
give you
what
that.
he
No,
is,
he 100% is. But I hope he proves people wrong, you know what I mean? So many people keep shitting on him and saying, oh, Bamford's no this and that at the Premiership. Hope Bamford can, you know what I mean, he could do something. I think our team is, it's not a Premiership level team, is it really, for some people, you know what I mean? But I just think
but
with Bielsa, the belief that Bielsa is giving that club, man, like, I've never seen my granddad have more belief in this team than he does now, you know what I mean? My granddad usually shits on him, you know what I mean?
yeah,
So for me, I just bite your hand off for 11th. I've got them at 11th. I think a lot of people are going to be surprised by the way that we play and we're going to commit, you know what I mean? It's pressing non-stop, man. You ain't going anywhere, son.
you even
I think
expect
for
him to take
I
that
would
step
take
up
the
and all.
same
So
kinda argument as a Brighton, but if they've got the players to play the
No, 100%. No, 100%. But that's what I'm on about. Bielsa's, they're spending over 100 million. You need to deliver there for me, you know what I
You need to
mean?
spend it in the right players. You can't do it.
Exactly. I know we've signed a lot of young players, so
It's just that things is like as well. They will attack, which is good. You like to see the kind of teams attack. But see if like teams like your Leeds,
But
and
it's-
your Brighton are attacking against your Liverpool, your Cities, they're going to expose
Exactly.
you.
But that's what I'm on
They've got
about.
They've got the attacking
it's just going to be good to see
fundamentals. To
big
fuck-
games in the Premiership, mate. You know what I mean?
Aye. Well, they do belong in the Premiership. They're a big club,
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
think they'll stay up. But I think they'll be in about that kind of
Exactly.
bottom 5-6 relegation scrap.
So who's your 11th place?
I've got your bottom place. I've got Burnley.
Burnley.
Shit house team, know how to get the job done.
I feel bad
They're
for
all-
putting in Burnley
They're
League.
just,
No, you
they've
shouldn't,
got a
mate.
good manager, Sean Dice. He's potentially been. He's repaid them for when they went down
Aye.
and he didn't leave. He didn't leave or whatever. No, sorry, when they went down and he didn't sack him. He got
They
them
just
back
had
up.
faith in them, mate.
He
to
got
be
them back
honest.
up, and then he was linked with Everton, was it? I think. If I'm wrong, it might be Everton.
Everton are
And he
part,
stayed.
aye.
And then he's got a team. It's again, the fancy style of football.
He knows the league now as well, man.
He knows
you
the
know what I
league.
mean?
They're just. I'd imagine it's a fucking rough place to go. To get a point there or get 3 points there. It's just a kind of. They're just a fucking shithouse team.
Yeah, I know,
They're
mate.
just the Burnley. You know what I mean?
No.
They're fucking Burnley.
Nah,
They've got a good. They've not got a good style of football, but they've got a part of us kind of method under
Aye.
Dice, and you don't want that cunt fucking shoot. You know what I mean?
No.
Freak you out. But I don't really know much about if they made. You said they've not made any signings now.
who's us?
Burnley.
Burnley. Nah, I don't. I've
To be
not
honest
read
with you,
any,
who gives
no.
a fuck about
They've-
Burnley? They're just going to stay in the league.
They're
right?
just, and I think realistically, I didn't even realise up until the restart that they were in your
Aye, I
9th,
know.
10th last
I
season.
know,
I didn't
neither
know
did
they
I.
were
I
that high up.
Didn't realise how
They're
high
now cemented as a
mid-table
crack,
sort.
bang on mid-table.
Same with our keeper in row. I didn't realise he was almost close to keeping the
Oh.
keep clean sheet record or whatever.
Aye, no, they've
Fair
got a good
enough.
team.
10th, Jack.
If they go down, they go down.
Big boys.
Top 10 now, I've got Sheffield United. Ramsdale obviously been that signing they've made this season, and then they're just like they're going to stay in and about really well last season, in my opinion. Like getting the job done, pretty much. They're going to be in that same sort of bracket as Southampton and Leeds and Brighton, all pushing for that top 10 spot. But I think Sheffield United are the team to get up, and I think their big players last season will be even bigger this season.
Fair play, mate. I've gone for Southampton, mate.
That's it.
I've just Honestly, I think a lot of people are going to sleep on them this season, and
Especially with how strong they finished last
exactly,
season.
man.
They were fucking one of the most informed teams.
Teams
man.
exactly. Danny Ings is just, I think he's on
Something
the
else, isn't
form of his career, man, innit, really, you know what I mean?
Good manager.
Yeah, good man, it's solid
Again,
manager.
good fair play to the board after a fucking 9-0 defeat at home in the Premiership.
Exactly,
Keep
I'm
faith,
pretty sure
which
Enzo
is,
gets
which is so
tough,
rare
though.
nowadays, isn't it, really, to keep faith in your manager after a result like that, so...
They're a big club as well.
No, they are. And they're a club that have proven themselves in this league as well, so I expect them to stay up anyway, you know what I mean?
Do you see you have them as well,
I've
or
got
aye?
them at 10. 5. Ings is on his days, quality, keep him fit. That, in my opinion, was the best signing last summer.
Oh, I would agree.
He's just him, and then Højbjerg, as you said, that's a big loss, I think, especially being their captain. Forster coming back, I think should be in the team.
Nah, because we watch him, obviously.
I get that cup final. I've never seen a keeper hate a fucking game like that.
No,
Like,
no. We hit
as
him
much as
better,
it
man.
pained me to fucking say that was better than his game against Barcelona. We should have fucking scudded him that day.
Aye,
No, on
I
the
know,
Rangers,
man.
right? But we should have. That was some performance. I know he's not really getting on because he's a goalkeeper, but I think he's better than Angus Gunn and Alex McCarthy. No, but I think Southampton have got a good kind of set
They've got a
up
good-
under Hasenhüttl.
I like that they also give you know what I mean, young
Yes,
players a
aye.
chance, you know what I mean? The actual, like that boy to Spurs that they've signed, like, I think he'll be...
Is they get a winger, an African boy, I think.
Aye, you know who you're on about, aye.
Can't remember his name.
I
He
can't-
looks a decent.
I know who you mean and all, actually.
Aye, aye.
Dejepo or something.
Someone.
Ginepo, aye, him. I watched him in that Watford game. That's what I'm saying. Southampton were one of, if not the most informed teams finishing last season. They, to that 9-0, man, they turned their season right
Aye,
around.
right around, man.
Brilliant.
So breaking further into the top 10 now.
Nice, mate.
On 9th position, I've got Everton. Everton, I think, like, with the sign, them and Chelsea this season have had amazing business so far. Like Allen, James Rodriguez, Doucouré, and they're now looking to add Tomori to that as well.
Are
Like,
they?
aye, and a loan deal for Chelsea is partly getting closer. Like, that's crazy. To think, like, if you said
That's what I'm saying, that's a power there.
18 months ago they're going to have Ancelotti and James Rodriguez in that team, like, it's just unbelievable. But will it all just be hype again, and will they just
Well,
crumble?
mate, I've got them in the same position. I'm going to say it, Everton do. I feel like every summer they spend big on all these players and Carlo Ancelotti, but I don't know. I just don't think they're going to do anything special. You know what I mean? You might get an odd result. James has signed, what is it, a 2-year deal in it?
2 year with the option of the third, I think.
To me, that just shows I think he has no idea what he's going to get in for. Really, you know what I mean, when he signs for.
He's the main man now, isn't he?
He's the main man. I mean, who else is it?
Charlison, I rate him.
I don't rate him at all, but I don't know. I just feel like it'll be Everton. It's the same old story, you know what I mean? It's the same old song. Can Carlo Ancelotti turn it around and get them Champions League, Europa League football? Who knows? But it's going to take time, I feel.
Yeah, aye. And then in your 9th spot, Zach?
I've got Wolves.
Wolves?
I just think you've seen them in the Europa League there at the end.
Aye.
They've got a good squad, good manager. I just don't think they'll finish 7th for the third consecutive season. They'll be in Europe. No, they're in Europe again, aren't they?
Aye.
I think it'll be too much this year. I know that was the argument for people last year. It'll be too much this year. They signed that boy. Nobody knows anything about him. He's fucking
Aye.
18-year-old.
Lost a big player in
19-year-old.
Matt Docherty.
Docherty, that's a
Massive player, man.
especially for the fee they've sold him for
exactly.
that stuff.
Aye, 15 million or
I
something.
mean, it's obviously because you know English, you didn't go for
Yeah,
that much.
but
Aye.
they brought somebody else in that was alright with Marcel in it for Lyon.
Aye.
They
They were linked
I think
with-
that's just a replacement, to be honest with you.
Aye.
Were they not linked with Barisic as well?
They were linked with him with Arsenal, and then Maitland-Niles, weren't they?
Aye, Ainsley Maitland-Niles was one.
I just Jimenez, Adama, he's another one. I think maybe give him another. He's the same as St Maximin. The two of them are the most exciting kind of players in the league in my opinion.
Mhm.
You know, I think both of them will maybe be away come next season.
No.
Maybe Adama stays because Wolves are more of a kind of project than I see Newcastle being. But nah, I've got them in 9th because I just can't see them. It's not a rapid decline for 7th, but I don't think they'll
It's going to be
get
tough
that
for European
spot
football,
this year.
man.
Fair play.
8th,
So then moving on to 8th spot, I've got Arsenal.
Oh, really?
I've got Arsenal, one of the big top 6. I still see them as a project, like waiting to sort of find their full potential. Obviously they've beat Liverpool in that Community Shield and they won the cup and that. Like players like Aubameyang is like
I'm a blood cock.
is massive in that. Like I could see them pushing for top 4, but I just think it's going to take another season for them to really get back to that where they should be in the Champions League sort of zone and that. Gabriel and Willian, I've not seen much of Gabriel, but Willian over the past sort of
It's one thing I want to
few seasons.
When you were talking about Willian being a good signing, on a free maybe see when you look at his stats for Chelsea, his stats are really not that good.
I think he's an alright
30
player,
goals
man.
in somewhere about 200 odd games for Chelsea. He's a good player, he's a good free kick specialist, inconsistent, but
No,
no.
for a team like Arsenal they maybe need a bit more.
They are inconsistent as a team and all, aren't they?
I
So
don't know. On a free, of course,
On a free, we take
can't,
it,
you can't really go wrong with that. I just don't think.
But you know what he's signed, you know what I mean? Because he's agent and David Luiz like, on the restaurant thing. 8th, I've got Leicester, I think.
We've also got Leicester.
We're playing
a
European
lot of
football.
agreements we used to here.
Aye, well, I mean, great minds think alike, Jack. 8th, I just think Rodgers' team is now going to slip away, really, obviously. I think
They ended that season.
Nah, they did.
Off the gas, man. They should be in.
Champions League,
Champions League this season.
they've got Europa League, haven't they?
Nah,
So I think that's going to play a big factor again into their season. Rodgers hasn't really signed anyone, has he? I know they've got the left back position where they were linked with
Castagna they've signed
That's a
for
big loss.
Atlanta.
Atlanta.
Aye.
Aye.
They've signed him for 20 odd
Who
million.
the fuck's that guy? No, mate. I don't know.
think this is the season Valde starts to fall off as well. He's about 34 now.
Something like that, mate.
He's proved everything wrong every season when you see it, but I think this is the season he's going to start falling off. Who's the other? Madison, we still get players.
Madison's a big player for them, man.
I think they're sort of in the same
Right,
like.
he's really been in for him. To be fair.
See like Ajax and like Dortmund, you know how when you have the good players
And they just sell
then
them
they just
on.
sell them to bigger clubs. I think Leicester on that. Like,
And then
you
they
know what
just sort of
Sell them
replenish.
club. You get
I
sell
mean?
them
I think
in
it's
that
smart
as well.
business, by the way, from them, like with Chilwell and with the Harry Maguire deals. You know what I mean?
Aye, it's big money.
Big money. So
Big report. I suppose they done it with Maguire with Soyuncu, but
massive.
if they, we don't
Well,
know
it's
what
to see-
Chilwell was kind of a big king for them. He came through
Aye.
there, didn't
True. So, for my number 7 spot, I've got Wolves. I just think that revelation under Nuno is going to continue. With this new signing in, I've not really got much to say about him. I've never ever seen the guy, so I can't comment. Doherty is a big loss, I think. How are they going to replace that right back position? 'Cause he's such a big player.
It is. It is indeed, mate. I've gone for the same.
And I think they'll have an exciting season again. And maybe even another decent run in Europe.
Maybe. I don't know. I just think Wolves are just. I don't know. I think
They've
that's
sort of cemented themselves as that kind
spot,
of.
really. I feel. I mean, they don't lack an attack in front. Definitely. I think
Nah, big players, Adama, Jimenez.
Cody's
and
a
that.
big player for me.
Cody and all.
I think
aye.
he's a solid centre. That's you know what I mean. I don't know. I just think Wolves is 7th spot. I think they've just established that. Maybe they need to. I don't really know. I think Zach's obviously said with Europe being maybe could be a big factor. It could for both in Leicester. You know what I mean? Maybe
Mhm.
Everton could just elevate up because they don't really have European football. But no, I've just got them 7th as well.
And your 7th spot? Everton,
Aye.
really, aye.
Signings they've made up. Take out Chelsea's business, which is financial fair play part 2.
Aye.
Take out that. Everton's signings under Ancelotti. Ancelotti's probably. I still can't believe they've got a manager like him in.
Aye, it's massive.
I know.
The midfield they'll be possessing with Doucouré and Allen kind of maybe as your holding, and then James go forward. James again. Anytime he's played his best football, it's been under Ancelotti.
And then adding that to what they've already got.
Your Richarlisons and Calvert-Lewin and stuff. Who Calvert-Lewin, players like that, they can only really progress playing with players like that.
Mhm.
That's got to be good to hear around the training ground. The only problem I have is fucking Jordan Pickford, man.
Nah,
so bad,
he's-
man. I don't even
How
know.
he starts for England's beyond
They
me.
need maybe a goalkeeper in, but I think this
They
is the
keep
season they maybe
Mm.
finish where they should be finishing because they're a big club as well.
Definitely.
Nah,
They
they've constantly
splash money every
underachieved.
year.
Aye.
Richarlison's a good player. I still think paying 50 million for him is a bit. In fact, they rejected 80 million for Barca. But now again, that's his time to thrive and all, playing with
Exactly, big players.
similar quality to him.
Lovely.
Doucouré, I rate that signing. I do rate that signing.
Nah, he was good last
Allen
season for
was a good
Watford.
signing as well. He's 29, so he might be on his peak. I know I'll get Everton now.
So into the big
Top
game, the
six.
top 6 now. Starting off with that, I've got Leicester.
Top 6.
I think they're going to. I think they're going to finish top 6. Just with the players I've got, I don't think Rodgers is just going to fall off that easily so quick. I think Soyuncu, Tielemans, Maddison, all big players. Vardy, as a question, can he keep that up?
I'll ask you a question, right? Do you think the only reason they finished where they were finishing, right, is because the rest of the league was...
They done our Rangers. They actually played brilliant the first half of the season.
There is also an argument for that. None of the top six performed last season that well, so maybe they were in there for that. But I still think, as of now, they're going to have a decent season again, finish top six. Obviously, that loss of Chilwell's a big one, but they've reinvested that, and then they've got Castagna for Atlanta.
No, they're a good team, man. They're definitely a good team.
We'll see how they go, but I've got them at 6.
I've gone for Arsenal at 6, mate.
Arsenal?
I just think... I don't know, man. I just think Arsenal, they should really be challenging for top 4. I think it's going to be tough, obviously, as it always is with the top 6. Obviously, Willian and the youngsters that they've got coming through, Kieran Tierney as well, is going to have a full season now. He was injured, wasn't he? We're fighting, he does stay fit, mate. And obviously they've got the goalkeeping injury, the goalkeeping sort of situation with
Leno and that.
So I don't know. I think maybe they'll win the FA Cup again. Maybe I expect them to be in there for the Europa League anyway. But no, I think they'll finish 6, man. I think they'll have another decent season, man. They've got to just progress. You know what I mean?
No. I agree with you in what you're saying, but it's madness that Arsenal finish.
I know 6, man. It is madness.
So who have you got at 6?
I've got
Spurs.
I got another topic I was listening to your podcast on. I don't think Mourinho's past it. I don't think he's anywhere a fraction of the manager he was, but I think he's got the same squad. He's got a good squad. With Spurs have, it's a good young squad that Pochettino built. But again, I just don't think Mourinho's. It's not. I don't think he's up to the job. He's just nowhere near the manager he was. He's still a good manager. He's still capable of getting a job. Another main thing for me is keeping Harry Kane fit. Because when he's fit, providing an argument I'll get on to with Arsenal, is Aubameyang's the best striker in the league unless Kane's fit. Kane's matchy.
What about Aguero?
Nah, Aguero's a good striker. He's up there. I think Kane's stats is fucking ridiculous.
Harry Kane, he just scores goals, doesn't he?
But Aubameyang as well, watching him a couple of times last season, man, he's so vital with Arsenal. No, I just think Spurs 6, which is not a good season.
Nah, it really isn't.
I wouldn't be like, it's a toss up between them and Arsenal.
It really is, isn't it? Do you think they'll do well? Like, do you think you could win an FA Cup or maybe a Europa League?
Aye, because everywhere, that's the argument you would give with Mourinho. Everywhere he's went, he's won a trophy. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
He's got his own kind of squad. Not his own squad, he's got his own kind of battle with him now.
Exactly.
So, at number 5, I've actually got Spurs. I think they've made a couple of decent signings actually, Doherty and then Højbjerg. I don't think they really go. Maybe Doherty goes straight into the team, but I don't think Højbjerg goes straight into the team. And then it's just making sure that all their players, Son, Bergwijn, Kane, Lucas, Dele Alli, all these players stay fit, because you seen when they lost Kane last season, they were struggling. And I think they will win silverware this season. Don't know what that silverware will be, but I think I think they will get silverware. Aye.
So you went for Spurs?
I went for Spurs at 5th.
Yeah, I'm going to say a short one here. I've went for United.
United?
Aye. I just I don't know, man.
Finishing outside the top 4 or no?
That's what I'm on about. It's tough.
Is that Solskjaer's final season for you then, if they finish at the top 5? The top 4? Because that's going backwards. You know what I mean? That's.
It depends on what they do.
For me, if they finish outside the top 4, then it should be Solskjaer's last season, because he's not as if he's got money. This regime that he's this manager. He's fucking got a relegation in his CV.
The big thing for me is if it's the goalkeeping issue and the defensive issue. Obviously, did they give Henderson the shot, being, you know what I mean, the number 1, or did they give, you know what I mean, small?
Nah, because there's a big talking point with that.
I don't think it's so much their defence. I think it's just the Gea's. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with that cunt.
He's been managing Ross County, mate.
Aye.
On his day, he's fucking.
No, he is, mate.
Top class, but he's never been the same since that World Cup. I don't know.
No, he hasn't. I don't know. I just feel like
there's no harm with having a keeper.
I don't know. I just feel like United are just. I don't know. I just think there's something missing in that.
You got Leeds doing the double over them.
Hopefully, mate. Hopefully, I'd love to beat the bastards. No, I've got United at 5th, mate. I don't know why. I just get a funny feeling they'll finish 5th.
You're 5th?
Got Arsenal.
I
think Arteta's 100% the right man for the job.
100%.
It's the defence they need to sort out. See if they, I don't know, obviously that Gabriel could be the answer. David Luiz is it's like the
Biggest
boxer
bomb scare
surprise.
ever,
He's
isn't
no got a clue. He'll play, it's not even that he'll play one game, he'll be good man. He'll play 89 minutes, he'll be good, and then he'll score a fucking own goal and get sent off. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
He's just...
I think see with David Luiz, I think it's what he does off the park that's the main thing for them. But
No,
the
because
youngsters.
see, he's a decent player, but you just don't know what you're getting.
I know, you don't know what you're getting, man.
But again, Aubameyang, they need to keep this similar to the Grealish situation in the Zaha set. They need to keep Aubameyang, and I think he will stay.
Well, he's getting tied into a new deal, I think.
I think Pepe will come on to Son this season. It's a bit underwhelming. He scored the odd free kick and wonder goal, but it's not the best.
Well, he needs to come on to a game. Like they paid what 80 million for him, so like, you need
youngsters breaking through as well at Arsenal.
Saka and all, Gabriel Martinelli.
Saka and Martinelli look like good players.
What about Mesut Ozil at all? I don't know.
He's got to go, especially if the money they're paying. Thomas Partey and all, that's somebody if they bring him in.
Solid player.
In my opinion, I wouldn't be surprised if they crack top 4. I genuinely think Arteta's the next upcoming manager, man.
I would agree.
We've obviously been under Pep's eye for a while, but he's beat Pep, he's beat Klopp, he's beat...
he's beaten them.
So then that's moving on to the top 4.
Top 4,
starting that off, last Champions League spot I've got Man United. I think
first time in this video or this podcast I'm in agreement with that.
Yeah, I know, by the way. Van de Beek being that sort of big signing for them in the midfield, I think he comes into that squad and he does improve that. I think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is building a good thing at Man United, but are they actually going to win anything with that?
Do they play a 4-3-3?
It's a 4-2-3, no, 4-2-3-1, aye, because Greenwood plays out in the wide.
Who's dropping? Is he playing Pogba holding midfield?
Well, it's Matic.
Matic
And Pogba they play usually, so...
See, that's just... Yeah, Pogba's one of the players.
He needs to be going forward.
He's one of the best midfielders in the world, but he's not when he's getting played CDM.
That's what I'm on about.
He needs to be played in that attacking role, but obviously you'll get Fernandes.
Bruno Fernandes.
Aye, they'll get him, he's looking a player despite how many fucking penalties he's got. You can't deny that he's looking a good player. He's been a difference maker for them.
Definitely, man. That's what I'm on about. They're starting to sign players that are United level players for me. You know what I mean? When you think of Man United, you think of, you know what I mean, Paul Scholes and all that kind of. You think of great midfielders. You know what I mean? Great attackers and.
They definitely go on leaps and bounds this year.
Definitely, mate.
And then obviously that Sancho thing's still ongoing and all, they could get him at the end of this.
I think he's
Staying, mate. There's no.
Think so?
Aye. 4-5. Shocker, lads, but I went for Mourinho. I think Mourinho's Spurs are going to. I don't know. I think just with Doherty and the other boy for Southampton, they're two proper like signings. You know what I mean for Spurs anyway. Also Harry Kane.
Like realistically,
I don't know. I just feel like
gets in the team.
Nah, I don't think so.
I don't. It might. I don't. Mourinho tends to play players like you said with Fellaini.
I think
he tends
that
to
Dutch
play.
boy they've signed as well. They signed. Was it January time? I think he'll have a decent season and all.
Who's that boy they brought in for Benfica? Did they sign him on loan or was it?
No, it's a permanent deal.
A permanent deal now.
Aye. What's that boy for PSV I'm on about?
PSV, what, Bergwijn?
Aye, Bergwijn, but I think he'll...
Can't turn Mark Cooper when they beat City.
Sung as well, man. He's a player for me that's been... You know what I mean? He was massively underrated when he first came, you know what I mean? And he's...
Surprised nobody's ever...
I don't know.
No, he's a fucking cracking player, I think. So...
Top 3 is obviously... There's always going to be the same, I think.
My third is Liverpool.
Really?
Agree, mate.
I just think
Liverpool third now?
I just think Liverpool are just going to fall apart.
Fall apart, mate.
It's worrying because like no signings, same team. It seemed to get a bit stale. Like it's not working for me.
But as a Liverpool fan, mate,
but Liverpool didn't sign him last season.
I know it is to that point, but they were still winning their games and that in pre-seasons and that. And with the end of last season, all after they won the league, you just sort of went on holiday early, and that was it. And I think that might carry over.
I'm not going to lie to you, mate. See that title, like winning celebration and that with that whole big thing, and that was embarrassing to me.
Was it?
I just thought it was
just
embarrassing.
In front of no fans and all that. It's a bit
no, I
weird.
know, but I thought it was embarrassing, man. You know what I mean? Cunts coming out with their phones and all that. I don't
You got
know.
Liverpool third as well?
I've got Liverpool third, mate. I just think it's...
If they get Thiago, good, great signing, but
I don't know if he'll leave, mate. I don't know if he'll...
Wijnaldum's going to Barcelona, apparently. I mean, that's interesting.
It is what it is with Liverpool. I think that team's going to start to fall apart, you know what I mean? I think he's just going to try and, you know what I mean, bring the youngsters into it, you know what I mean, like Jones and
Aye.
what's the Elliott
Well,
boy in it. And
Brewster, he's apparently said to him he can leave.
he can leave, but is it not
20
like a
million price tag.
buyback?
Aye.
Isn't it?
So, Liverpool, controversial, league winners and that.
You get
so.
third then,
Get Chelsea in third.
You've got Chelsea third?
Brilliant signings. Every one of their signings, I've no really got a bad thing to say about. I just think that squad needs a season to gel.
Definitely.
Werner, you know, you said you think Havertz is the best signing of summer. I think he's the best signing of the squad. I think Werner is that boy. In fact, also I'm going to throw a wee fly pig in here that the fact Celtic are actually demanding 40 million for the price Chelsea just paid for Werner is ridiculous.
That's mad, actually, thinking about it.
Aye, but he's a proven goal scorer. Like, apparently I think he scored and he's like 5 minutes in. He's the friend.
He did, aye.
Ziyech and all.
Baller.
Out of the Ajax team, how he was still there last season was beyond me.
Yeah.
Especially with the fee, like 35 million, 37 million, whatever it was. Havertz again, I've seen him at Ibrox. Some size harder in
No, he is, aye.
He's a good player. Kovacic, keeping him again. He seems to thrive under Lampard. Jorginho, I don't know if he'll play. If Kante, the strongest thing they can do is keep Kante in that role with Kovacic. Kante holding with maybe like Kovacic and Havertz playing ahead. Kovacic and Havertz feeding balls through to Werner with Ziyech and Pulisic in each wing. It sounds deadly.
It's promising.
And honestly, next season Chelsea would be a shout for the league. Like they would be.
Because this team's
Providing
obviously
the
needing...
strength, but keeper.
I'd say that's what
Aye.
the only problems keeper, man. They really should have went for Old Black, man.
Malang Sarr, he's tipped to be a prospect. They got him a free, didn't it?
Aye.
Tipped to be a prospect.
Thiago Silva as well.
Thiago, it's a decent signing that he's old. He's been playing in France. Will he be able to keep up with the pace of the Premier League?
Physicality as well, man.
Not so much physicality, just the pace. I think
Pace.
he was a fast defender maybe about 5-6 years ago, but I think honestly him and Sarr should be starting out. I don't know much about that Sarr.
Nah, I
just
don't
think-
know much about me
I
though.
can
Apart from he had a fat
Rudiger,
birthday card.
Christensen are they're just seen as now as these stale Chelsea centre backs that have been there. You know what I mean?
Aye.
They're nothing special.
Not special
But
about them.
I've got them there because I think they need to gel.
Aye, I've got them at second for the exact same reasons. Everyone you just said, like they could easily be title contenders next season, but it's just going to take not a long time, but a season and at least for all these players to gel together, because it's a completely new sort of team they're making here in it with all these players. I think they'll still obviously have a massive season, but I don't see them winning the league this season. I see them just in behind first place this season and then pushing next season again.
Aye. I've got City second, mate.
City?
Aye. City, I think it's Pep's last season with him, really. I don't know, mate. I just feel like that project's obviously
Ran its
Messi
race.
was
That's
Messi was the Messi thing. I think that was the only thing that would really keep Pep on. You know what I mean? Like, look, the signings they've made. I know that, you know what I mean. They've signed an experienced like Premier League defender there, and they signed that boy for Torres in it, Valencia in it.
Aye.
I look at it, man. I think letting Leroy Sané go was a big mistake, man. Like that boy.
Bayern, man.
Exactly. Why would you let them go to Bayern? You know what I mean? Now they can kick on and dominate, maybe. You know what I mean? Champions League wise, but I just think City are. It's a bit the same like Liverpool, man. I think that City team's starting to age, innit? You know what I mean?
Nah, it's,
I think the key player that they've said they want to build around is obviously Kevin De Bruyne, because for me he is the best player in the league. I don't know about you two.
hands down,
I
I would
just
say.
think he's hands down best player in the league. But no, I just feel like that City team's going to be falling apart, man, just like the Liverpool team.
Fair enough. And then for your second place, I'm guessing you've got Liverpool.
I still think City and Liverpool are streets ahead of them in the league. In my opinion, Chelsea need a seat. Like, I'm not like Lampard as well. He's not a proven manager yet. He done
True.
alright last season. Is he a proven manager? He's spent all of this money. If Chelsea don't perform this season, then
Chum block, mate.
he's
exactly.
He's an Abramovich special.
Aye.
But no, the reason I've got Liverpool is I disagree with yous in both of yous in the sense that they're falling off. I think they're still fairly new in the scene.
Still
And
a top team, man.
I still think they're one of the few teams that would beat Bayern, and like they were on market to go to the Champions League. And dude, I like fucking winding you up about Liverpool, right? I always have done for about the past 6 years. I just think Liverpool, they didn't sign them to last season, but they're not signing them to this season. Klopp is one of the best managers in the world. I don't know about the best, he's one of them.
I would
What
agree,
he's
yeah.
done with Liverpool's squad is ridiculous. Liverpool, and again that argument with Leeds, it's the same. Liverpool don't have the best. They've got a spine. Liverpool have a spine. They've got Alisson. They've got Van Dijk. They've got Fabinho. Maybe he's not really a pure standout. But they've got Fabinho, and then they've got their attack. Firmino again, even just Firmino, because without Firmino, Salah and Mane don't contribute anywhere near as much as they would.
Aye.
But
He's the heart of that team.
obviously, you've got their fullbacks who are good. Again, they all thrive because of Klopp. Jordan Henderson is not a world-class player. Wijnaldum's not a world-class player. Joe Gomez is not a world-class player. These are all players that are playing out their skin due to man management to Jurgen Klopp. They're good enough players. They do the job that they're asked. But he's got them playing that way, and they'll be back. They'll 100% be back. There's not. I can honestly see them. They'll be
Challenging the league again.
What?
Challenging
the league. I think they'll probably
finish.
go out for redemption in Europe again. But
Aye.
I know I've got them second.
And then for the league winners,
Who've you got?
Man City.
You've got Man City.
Man City for the league winners this season. I think they've got a lot to prove this season after that exit for Lyon in the Champions League. And then the way they performed in the league last season, I think they've got a lot to prove.
What I wanted to touch on was one of your podcasts as well, when you were wanting. I think that's madness that you think Guardiola should go. I think that is honestly madness.
No, I don't think
For
you should go,
Pochettino
man,
as
but-
well, I think that's.
But no, but you I just see that kind of, you know what I
Pochettino's
mean?
a good manager, but look at literally the last 2 seasons before Liverpool won that league there. City won everything. Literally bar the Champions League. Like, as you said, like, there's only so long you can go till you fall off, and then maybe that's the kick up the arse they need. Do you know what I mean? They also lost Vincent Kompany, and they were riddled with a centre back problem all last season.
I know, is Ake going to be that answer?
But that's what I'm on about.
But it's not even that. Laporte was injured for half the season. They need at least him fit. Rodri, I think, will come on to something this season as well.
Rodri.
And I just think
they've got an all-round great team.
That's
like
what I've got
depth.
to say. City, when you put them man for man against any team in the league, have got a better team than anybody in that league, even Chelsea.
No.
They've got a better team. They've got a better team than Liverpool, but it's just they had a season off last year, especially in Europe. That's what they need to kind of stop worrying about. They need to get the league back.
Aye.
That just seems to be their current theme. Guardiola, no team has played this kind of football like that in the Premier League I've ever seen. Even like Liverpool done quality last season, but no team plays that fucking.
I would agree
well
with you, man.
way.
I would agree. That's why I'm on about. That's why the fixture I'm looking forward to most as a Leeds fan is the Pep versus Bielsa. You know what I mean? It's
fancy football.
You know what I mean?
It's just City have just got that.
City are
out this season for.
Aye, they're going to be going out for blood this year.
You know what they're like when they play as well. Like, they hand out fucking 7 and 8 nils. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Cut a season back.
But that's what I'm on about as well. Same with them as injuries as well. Can Aguero stay fit? Can you know what I mean? Laporte and all
De
that.
Bruyne, I know he's also one.
I mean, they've just had 2 players with test positive for Corona as well.
Aye.
So,
and your league winners obviously Chelsea.
Chelsea, mate. I mean, not I wish.
Do you not even think got no time to gel or that? Just going to be straight in.
2 of them play internationals, which are, you know what I mean?
Havertz and Werner.
I know, mate, but I just feel like they're just
going to do it.
Obviously you could say maybe defensively they're still no. I don't know. Sure, I don't know. I just think Chelsea, obviously the goalkeeping situation as well, but I just think Frank Lampard's just going to be eating too many cakes this season. Blood pressure's up, and he's going to be going for it. I'd love it if we beat them, to be honest with you. That's the fixture I'm looking forward to the most. But I'll beat Chelsea win that one.
Cool.
Fucking rain, man.
And I think we'll need to wrap this up.
Hey, we're drowning!
But we're sorry for that sort of 20 minute.
Like a common theme throughout the
Aye, for that.
Listen, I don't care flying fuck, right? This is originality, this is art.
We spoke about championship players for about fucking 4 times already.
4 times already, and I want to kill myself talking about Ollie Watkins 4 fucking times.